Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. How are you today? I'm very well, thanks for asking. It's Matilda from Health is Wealth TV. It's good to be back. If you haven't already subscribed or this is your first time, please don't forget to do so by tapping on the red bell and you'll be notified of any new videos that I upload. Thanks for all those who have already subscribed. I've taken your comments on board and I'll try and do my best. Well, today my theme is about diets. What does the word diet really mean to us? The dictionary says that diet is the variety of foods that we eat. So basically, diet means the different kinds of foods that we eat on a daily basis. We all know that food is a basic need. It is fundamental to our existence. Without food, there'll be no life on earth. The world would be extinct from humans, animals, and plants. It is what we have in common. And, it is so important that in the Lord's Prayer, we specifically ask, Lord, give us our daily bread. We don't say, Lord, give us our daily wealth, homes, cars, or whatever. Lord, give us our daily bread. That's how important food is to us. Do you know that food can be a form of identity? A particular group of people can be identified by the food they eat to a particular place. So if I say jollof rice, for example, where comes to mind? Nigeria, Spain, um, paella, um, spaghetti, Italy, curry, India, sushi, Japan, the Far East, and so all over the world, we all prepare and eat our foods differently. So, I do we really know though what we are eating when we are eating food? Do we really know what we are eating? To my understanding, there are different food groups, seven of them, which are carbohydrates, proteins, fiber, fat, vitamins, minerals, and water. A healthy diet should contain all or most of all these food groups. But often I hear people complain about, foods. For example, carbohydrates. Most people complain carbohydrate is fattening, oh, it's heavy, I don't like it, this, that, and that. Well, I'm aware that our bodies are different because we are different. And the ability of our bodies processing all the different kinds of foods is different. So there are people who are allergic to certain groups of foods, which is a medical issue, and the advice given to them should be taken seriously. But except medically advised, I don't think it's a good idea to cut out a particular group of foods. I know that people who suffer from celiac disease cannot eat the gluten in carbohydrates, so they eat gluten-free carbohydrates. Equally, people who suffer from allergies like nuts and other kinds of foods may not, obviously cannot eat those kind of foods that they are allergic to. So, except medically advised, it is not a good idea to cut out a complete group of food, a whole group of food, I mean. So, when it comes to carbohydrate, which I want to talk about today, they have two types: simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. In the simple carbs group, we have white flour, bread, pasta, sweets, sugars, cakes, biscuits, chocolates, fruit juices, um, fizzy drinks, and much more. This group of foods are highly this group of foods are highly processed. So the good content is taken out, replaced with refined sugar. So a diet based on these foods on a daily basis is not a healthy option. Um, on the other hand, complex carbs are the whole grain foods with the natural goodness, and these are whole grain bread, pasta, flour, potatoes, yams, plantains, sweet potatoes, cassava, cocoyam, fruits, vegetables, and some more and others. These are close to the natural state. They are processed, but not highly processed, like their simple carbs counterparts. So these complex carbs have the natural goodness, like the fiber that is needed for our for the functioning of our food bodies inside. It prevents us from bloating, indigestion, heartburn, refluxes, and other kinds of uncomfortable situations. I can speak for myself, and I can tell you that when my diet was based on the simple carbs, oh my God, I went through some uncomfortable situations. I always had refluxes, bloating, indigestion, heartburn, and things like that. So I now sat down and looked at what I was eating, and I came to find out, that it wasn't very healthy for me. So I decided to, you know, eat more of the complex carbs, which now I'm happy with. I don't have problems with my system. It works well like clockwork. So that doesn't mean that I have to cut out the simple carbs. Yeah, I eat white bread, I eat chocolate, biscuits, but sparingly, not all the time and not every day, because I believe that is how much of what I eat and how often that's seems to be the problem. So demonizing a particular group of food is not the answer. We have to balance it out. If you are eating something is not good, look at it again. Look at the alternative. If the alternative is better, then you eat more of that and less of the other. Because I've come to find out that when I cut out a whole group of food, it doesn't, it's not good for me. I tend to crave it. And when I do eat it, I eat more. So it's not good for me. So as much as I prefer the complex carbs, I still eat the simple carbs because I balance it out. That way I never crave any food. I have all the nutrients and benefits from the food I eat, so I don't crave any food, and I'm fuller for longer because I eat the right kind of carbs. So we should take a look at what we are eating. Are we eating what is good for our system, or are we just eating because we want to eat? We can't just eat anything and everything and expect to be happy. Do you know what I've come to find out? The word diet, the first three letters in the word diet say die. I don't know if that's intentional or coincidence, but it says a lot. We have to have a healthy relationship with the kind of food we eat. Otherwise, it can mean the difference between life and death. So, I hear again people complaining about, people singing about superfood here and there. Superfood or no superfood, I have to listen to my body. I don't have to wait for someone to tell me, oh, this is good, you have to eat this or that. I have to listen to my body. What is my body telling me when I eat food? Am I comfortable with it? Am I happy with it? If it's not, I don't have to eat it, no matter how super that food may be. It may be super for other people, but for me, it may not. So I have to be very careful what I put in my mouth because what is, my diet is unique to me, as yours should be unique to you. So yeah, I can try other foods, but if they are not good for me, I don't have to eat them, because I have to listen to my body. If my body is happy, I am happy. So we have to be careful what we eat. Take time, sit down and look at the food you are eating. Is it good for you? Is it what you want to eat? Is your body happy with it? That's, what the question we should be asking. Because, there are so many foods out there. So what are we eating? We should have to take time to ask ourselves, is it really good for me? Because I've experienced all these things. That's why I'm trying to share it with you. Uh, we all love eating food, and food is what, I enjoy eating food. Like most people, I really enjoy eating food, and when I eat, I don't want my body to complain. So I have to listen. So what is my body telling me? Is it happy with me, or what? So those are the things we should bear in mind when we are eating. We should try to eat a healthy diet by, in the food groups and the food group I've just mentioned now, the carbs, the carbohydrates, that we should eat more of a complex carbohydrates and less of the simple ones. Except, I'm repeating, except medical advice, we don't have to cut out any food group for whatever reason, because they are beneficial to our bodies, and that is why they are there. So I thought I should share this with you. And then, I have three tips on how to incorporate, and have to, on how to have a healthy diet. Number one is, I don't demonize any food groups. I eat food of every kinds, but more of the complex, in the case of carbohydrates here, more of the complex carbohydrates and less of the simple ones. And then I have to eat what I'm comfortable with. I don't care what anybody says. It is my body, and I have to eat what I'm comfortable with. If I eat something I don't like, I don't have to eat it. So the other one is, I eat, variety of foods. For me, I'm free to, try different varieties of foods. As you know, they say variety is the spice of life. So I try to eat different kinds of foods. But if my body is not happy, I don't eat it. So as I say, people who are allergic to certain kinds of foods, they have to be careful. They have to, adhere to their medical advice and know what they eat. Otherwise, it can be a serious issue. So these are the, three tips I have in incorporating like the healthy carbs into my diet to make it healthy. So next time I'm going to talk about, some of the other food groups, and find better options to eat more of, rather, and limit the options that are not very good for us. So this is all I have to say today, and I hope that this has one way or the other, helped somebody, and I hope that we'll take reflect on it and take these things on board. And I thank you for stopping by to hear what I have to say. And before I leave, I have to just say something, that you are unique, because there's no other one like you in this whole world. You are blessed because you are here. You are special because Jesus loves you. Health is wealth. Take care of your health until the next time. So I thank you once again for listening to what I have to say. And I hope that, you look more, you take, your diet seriously. Because remember, the first three letters in the word diet say die. Please, don't die. Don't die because you are not eating the right kind of food. So please try and eat more of the ones that agree with you and less of the others. And then until next time, thank you. Love you. Bye bye.